Retire abroad? Canada will cut your benefits after 6 months. Welcome back to Canada Chronicles. Today we're exposing a retirement trap that's catching thousands of Canadians by surprise. Imagine working your whole life, finally moving somewhere sunny and affordable, only to discover that after 6 short months abroad, Canada starts cutting your benefits. Your guaranteed income supplement disappears, your old age security gets reduced or taxed, and your healthcare coverage could vanish altogether. In this video, we'll uncover the real rules behind what happens when you retire outside Canada and reveal what you can do to protect your income before it's too late. Stay tuned until the end, because we'll also share the residency hacks Canadians use to keep their benefits. A must-know set of strategies that could save you thousands of dollars and keep your retirement secure no matter where you live. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss important updates that affect Canadians at home and abroad. Let's get started. The first to disappear, Guaranteed Income Supplement. The Guaranteed Income Supplement, or GIS, is the first benefit to go once you move abroad. It supports low-income seniors who live in Canada, but if you leave for more than 6 consecutive months, your payments stop, no exceptions. Even if you keep a Canadian bank account, file taxes, or visit occasionally, GIS is tied to physical residence, not citizenship. Take Gan, a 71-year-old retiree from Vancouver. She was receiving both the Canada Pension Plan and GIS. After moving to Mexico, her GIS stopped because she had been outside Canada for over 6 months. Her payments only restarted after she moved back and re-established residency. If GIS is part of your income, moving abroad permanently means losing that benefit entirely. What might be suspended or reduced? Old age security. The old age security pension, or OAS, works differently. It can continue abroad, but only if you meet specific conditions. Here are the rules as of October 2025. If you've lived in Canada for 20 years or more after age 18, you can keep receiving OAS anywhere. If you've lived here for less than 20 years, OAS stops after 6 months abroad. If your new country has a social security agreement with Canada, your years there may count toward that 20-year requirement. For example, Pedro lived in Canada for 30 years before retiring to Spain. He qualifies, so his OAS continues. But Linda, who lived here only 15 years before retiring to Thailand, doesn't meet the threshold, and her payments stop after 6 months. OAS is taxable even overseas. The Canada Revenue Agency withholds 25% by default, but that rate can be reduced or waived if you live in a country with a tax treaty. Canadians in the U.S. often pay no tax on OAS, while those in Germany may pay 15%. To lower withholding at the source, retirees can file Form NR5. OAS paid abroad is reported on an NR4 slip, and you must continue filing a Canadian tax return to keep payments active. The one benefit that travels Canada Pension Plan. The Canada Pension Plan, or CPP, is the most portable benefit. It's based on your lifetime contributions, not where you live. Your CPP will continue whether you retire in Portugal, Costa Rica, or the Philippines, and the amount stays the same. However, CPP payments to non-residents face a 25% tax unless a treaty reduces it. Filing Form NR5 can lower that rate. If your new country has a social security agreement with Canada, that deal can protect your contributions and prevent you from paying into 2 systems. You can receive CPP through direct deposit in Canada, deposit in a local foreign bank in your currency, or by check in Canadian dollars. Once you've earned CPP, it follows you wherever you go. The tax side of retiring abroad. Leaving Canada changes how you're taxed. The Canada Revenue Agency classifies you as a factual resident, a deemed resident, or a non-resident based on your ties to Canada. Non-residents face withholding tax on Canadian income, like OAS, CPP, or private pensions. The standard rate is 25%, but treaties with more than 90 countries can lower it. You'll receive NR4 slips each year summarizing payments. Non-residents don't file returns unless they want a refund or have other Canadian income. If you still own property, keep bank accounts, or have a spouse in Canada, you may be considered a factual resident, which means you must report worldwide income. To clarify your status, file Form NR73 before leaving permanently. The healthcare gap. Provincial healthcare is another major concern. Most provinces require you to be physically present for 5 to 7 months per year to maintain coverage. Ontario's OHIP allows up to 212 days outside the province, while British Columbia's MSP requires at least 6 months of residence annually. Once you exceed those limits, your coverage ends and you'll need private insurance abroad. Even if your pensions continue, healthcare bills overseas can be devastating without protection. Common mistakes Canadians make when moving abroad. Many retirees assume once they're approved for OAS and GIS, the money will keep coming. It won't. Filing taxes also doesn't keep your benefits active. Here are the most common mistakes to avoid. 1. Ignoring the 6-month rule that ends GIS and may suspend OAS. 2. Failing to check whether your destination has a treaty with Canada. 3. Not declaring your departure to the Canada Revenue Agency or Service Canada. 4. Underestimating healthcare costs abroad. 5. Relying solely on GIS for long-term income. What you can do before you leave. Avoid nasty surprises by preparing ahead. Confirm your residency years directly with Service Canada. If possible, wait until you've reached 20 years of Canadian residency before leaving permanently. Choose a country with a tax or social security treaty to protect your benefits. File Form NR5 early to reduce tax withholding. Keep ties to Canada through property, accounts, or family if you want to maintain residency. Review healthcare yearly and get private insurance if needed. Thanks for staying with us this far. We appreciate your time and hope you're finding this information valuable. The residency hacks Canadians use to keep their benefits. Some retirees have found clever, legal ways to maintain their Canadian benefits while living abroad. 1. The snowbird strategy. Many spend winters overseas but return before 6 months abroad. Staying under that limit keeps GIS eligibility and provincial health coverage. Proof of physical presence, like boarding passes or tax filings, is essential. 2. Maintaining strong ties. Keeping a home, paying property taxes, and maintaining Canadian accounts can help you remain a factual resident for tax purposes. This helps with OAS and taxes, though GIS still requires residence in Canada. 3. Using social security agreements. Over 50 countries have social security agreements with Canada. If you've lived or worked in one, the time may count toward your 20-year OAS requirement. Countries like Portugal, Italy, and the Philippines are among them. 4. Returning to re-establish residency. If your benefits stop, you can return, re-establish residency, and reapply. Once Service Canada confirms your return, payments can resume. 5. Reducing taxes on benefits. Retirees in treaty countries often file Form NR5 to lower or eliminate withholding tax. For instance, Canadians in the U.S. usually pay none on OAS or CPP. These approaches work within legal limits. Service Canada monitors travel patterns, so short visits just to reset the clock may not count. Properly planned stays and legitimate ties, however, can preserve your benefits. Protecting your retirement income. After understanding all these risks, the goal is simple. Keep what you've earned. Here's how. Verify benefit eligibility before leaving. Track your days abroad carefully. Delay your move if you're close to 20 years of residency. Choose your destination strategically. Plan for healthcare as if you were uninsured abroad. Reassess yearly as tax and treaty rules evolve. Retiring abroad can be rewarding, but it requires planning. The 6-month rule isn't a small detail. It determines whether your income continues or stops. Knowing the facts before you pack can save you thousands in lost benefits, taxes, and medical bills. And that wraps up today's episode of Canada Chronicles. Retiring abroad can be a dream come true, but it takes awareness and preparation. The 6-month rule can make or break your financial stability. By understanding how the Guaranteed Income Supplement, Old Age Security, and Canada Pension Plan truly work, you can protect what you've earned. And remember, the residency and tax strategies we shared can help you stay secure while living the life you've worked for. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share this video with someone planning to retire abroad. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.